What's up, everybody? We are live in the booth, and today we are talking about the planet Mercury. So, Mercury is a planet that is in everyone's chart. Of course, it's a planet that's in our solar system, and we know how charts work. Which charts in signs, basically, I'm saying we have the planets over here and we have the signs over here. So everybody has all the planets inside of their chart, and then you have all of the signs that may fall in wherever they may fall, but they're also going to be planets in these signs. Signs in these planets. And so I know that may be a bit confusing, but if you're an astrology observer, then you kind of know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. If not, then I may have lost you. But just like you have a sun sign, which is your main sign that everybody talks about, you have a Mercury sign. And so that's what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about Mercury and just the planet, not in any sign. So this is not specific to any person. This is just talking about the energy of Mercury. Okay, so the energy of Mercury is quick. It is a quick energy. Why? Because its orbit around the sun is actually only 88 days, versus how when the earth goes around the sun, it takes 365 days and a half. Sometimes. So when we're talking about mercurial energy, we're talking about quick energy. We're talking about an energy that wants to take in information and then spit it back out. We're talking about your public speaking. We're talking about your writing, your talk show host. Your people who have a lot of mercurial energy are these people that love to talk. They love to communicate. They love to do sales. They love to do anything where they're able to communicate. So communication is not just talking, as we know. Communication is also could be writing. It could be nonverbal communication. We're talking about sign languages. We're talking about any type of like singing. We're talking about could potentially be acting, things of that nature. Anything that communicates an idea from one sphere to the next sphere, because we're also talking about Mercury. We're talking about ideas because we're talking about thoughts. And so the signs that actually fit in with Mercury that Mercury rules is Gemini and Virgo. So both of these two signs, Virgo is extremely analytical. Virgo wants to research things so that they can edit things so that things can be at their best. Virgos are very, very intelligent, highly intelligent, because they study, they read, they research, and they just understand things from a different perspective because they are mercurial brained. Mercury is very smart, it's very agile, it's moving very quickly. These are the people that's like, they work in a room, they done finished the test, they didn't, did this quicker than you even turned around and looked around. They already finished, they already done, because Mercury isn't hesitating on anything. It's like it's a mutable energy. Both of those signs that I just mentioned are mutable energy, so meaning that they can adjust and move and do whatever they need to do in order to get whatever it is done. They can adjust and move or be whatever it is that they need to be in that specific time. So that's why a lot of people say Mercury is the trickster of the zodiac, or the con man of the zodiac, because it can change into anything that it wants to be in order to appear or to get whatever it needs to get done. Whatever it wants, it's gonna be that in order to get it done. It's very smart. So that's why Mercury can sometimes, we're talking about like people or, you know, think people are committing fraud, or, you know, being under the table with stuff because they are con artists. Can be. That is kind of like the dark side of Mercury. Of course, we're talking about, of course, if we go back on the lighter side, then we're talking about, you know, just very highly intelligent people, persuasive people, people who are able to take in information, analyze the information, let the information go through their head, and then they're able to, when I let it come out, my voice, my whatever it is that I'm about to tell you is going to be mutated so that you understand it, so that I can reach you or reach whatever audience that I need to reach as a person who has a lot of Mercury in their chart. And when I say a lot of Mercury in their chart, I mean you may have several, like you may have, like, Mercury may be the ruler of your chart. You will be a Gemini rising, or you will be a Virgo rising. And then turn around, not only is Mercury the ruler of your chart, then you have Mercury in Gemini or Mercury in Virgo. So that's what I mean when I say a mercurial person, someone who is predominantly, who has a lot of strong Mercury influence. Also, when we're talking about Mercury, it is the closest planet to the sun. So, meaning that it's not going to be far from your sun sign. So, your sun sign is what everyone talks about. So, it's not going to be far from that. So, say for instance, if you have a sun in Gemini, then you could very well have a Mercury in Gemini. And so that would make you a mercurial person. You have a sun and Mercury in, you know, in that double energy that will make you a mercurial person. Also, when we're talking about Mercury, we're talking about the messenger of the gods. So it's very important for people who have a lot of Mercury in their chart to meditate. And of course, it's important for us all to meditate, but especially those people whose minds are always moving at a rapid pace, whose thoughts are always moving at a rapid pace. It's important because Mercury kind of does like this. It's moving, you know, and when your mind is moving at a rapid pace like that, or when your personality is moving at a rapid pace like this, you're working a room, you're talking to these different people, that different people. When you get home or when you get into a space, silence is your friend. If you are a mercurial person, silence is your friend. Meditation is your friend. Getting calm and getting just like in that space where you are not taking in any information and you're not giving out any information is perfect, because this is the time when you can receive messages from the gods, when you can receive messages from the other realms. So that's why it's super important for you to be able to meditate and just to get those thoughts and just, you know, kind of get silent, so that when your thoughts are turned back on, then they are more pure, especially for Virgos. Your thoughts are more pure and they are kind of more centered from who you really are, versus getting thoughts from television or music or what you're reading or, you know, something like that. You coming out of that silent space is going to make your thoughts more pure and unfiltered and from you. So that is the planet of Mercury. Remember, Mercury is moving super fast. Mercury is a master communicator. Master communicator can communicate to anyone, can sell salt to a snail. That's Mercury. Mercury is also the messenger of the gods. So getting information from the other ethers, bringing it down right through the body, because Mercury also talks about like the nervous system as well, and it talks about the arms and the fingers, and, you know, and also the lungs. So really like the breath of, you know what I'm saying, like the breath of life. comes through Mercury and that energy. So breathing is good for people who have a lot of mercurial energy as well. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about Mercury. And remember, everyone has a Mercury sign. You can find out what your Mercury sign is. Go to astro.com and you can, boom, find out your Mercury sign. If you don't know anything about your chart and how to find it, you can email me at LiveInTheBoothe@gmail.com, and I will definitely help you with your natal chart. That is LiveInTheBoothe, exactly how it's spelled. And I do natal charts and synastry charts as well. I'm all about helping us to get closer into our purpose and to know thyself. So this is Live in the Booth. I'm wishing you love. I'm wishing you peace. I'm wishing you abundance. All right. Love y'all. Y'all have a great night.